Envy and Gratitude, Melanie Klein audiobook, Part 3. This book deals with a particular aspect of earliest object relations and internalization processes that is rooted in orality. I am referring to the effects of envy on the development of the capacity for gratitude and happiness. Envy contributes to the infant's difficulties in building up his good object, for he feels that the gratification of which he was deprived has been kept for itself by the breast that frustrated him. A distinction should be drawn between envy, jealousy, and greed. Envy is the angry feeling that another person possesses and enjoys something desirable. The envious impulse being to take it away or to spoil it. Moreover, envy implies the subject's relation to one person only and goes back to the earliest exclusive relation with the mother. Jealousy is based on envy, but involves a relation to at least two people. It is mainly concerned with love that the subject feels is his due and has been taken away or is in danger of being taken away from him by his rival. In the everyday conception of jealousy, a man or a woman feels deprived of the loved person by somebody else. Greed is an impetuous and insatiable craving, exceeding what the subject needs and what the object is able and willing to give. At the unconscious level, greed aims primarily at completely scooping out, sucking dry, and devouring the breast. That is to say, its aim is destructive introjection, whereas envy not only seeks to rob in this way, but also to put badness, primarily bad excrements and bad parts of the self, into the mother, and first of all into her breast, in order to spoil and destroy her. In the deepest sense, this means destroying her creativeness. This process, which derives from urethral and anal sadistic impulses, I have elsewhere defined as a destructive aspect of projective identification starting from the beginning of life. One essential difference between greed and envy, although no rigid defining line can be drawn, since they are so closely associated, would be accordingly be that greed is mainly bound up with introjection and envy with projection. According to the shorter Oxford Dictionary, jealousy means that somebody else has taken or is given the good, which by right belongs to the individual. In this context, I would interpret the good basically as the good breast, the mother, a loved person whom somebody else has taken away. According to Crabbe's English synonyms, jealousy fears to lose what it has. Envy is pained at seeing another have that which it wants for itself. The envious man sickens at the sight of enjoyment. He is easy only in the misery of others. All endeavors, therefore, to satisfy an envious man are fruitless. Jealousy, according to Crabbe, is a noble or an ignoble passion, according to the object. In the former case, it is emulation sharpened by fear. In the latter case, it is greediness stimulated by fear. Envy is always a base passion, drawing the worst passions in its train. The general attitude to jealousy differs from that to envy. In fact, in some countries, particularly in France, murder prompted by jealousy carries a less severe sentence. The reason for this distinction is to be found in a universal feeling that the murder of a rival may imply love for the unfaithful person. This means, in the terms discussed above, that love for the good exists and that the loved object is not damaged and spoiled as it would be by envy. Shakespeare's Othello, in his jealousy, destroys the object he loves, and this, in my view, is characteristic of what Crabbe described as an ignoble passion of jealousy, greed stimulated by fear. A significant reference to jealousy as an inherent quality of the mind occurs in the same play. But jealous souls will not be answered so. They are not ever jealous for the cause, but jealous for they are jealous. 'Tis a monster begot upon itself, born on itself. It could be said that the very envious person is insatiable. He can never be satisfied because his envy stems from within and therefore always finds an object to focus on. This shows also the close connection between jealousy, greed, and envy. Shakespeare does not always seem to differentiate between envy and jealousy. The following lines from Othello fully show the significance of envy, and in the sense I have defined it here. "Oh, beware, my lord, of jealousy. It is the green-eyed monster which doth mock the meat it feeds on." One is reminded of the saying to bite the hand which feeds one, which is almost synonymous with biting, destroying, and spoiling the breast.